485. Said, good morning, how do you feel?
I feel
At
alright.
Kalamazoo's 4,415. Said, where are you going this morning?
It's in the title there, Callan. Read it.
That's a truck car not. Said enthusiast. A standard truck, but the ones to the right look smaller.
Well, that one's a U.S. mail truck.
Corey ZF8P. Said, was up. At Jim 64 WTN. Said, hi, Keith.
So now, for anybody that hadn't checked my post, I posted up the song. One of the songs that Go Wyo done the other day that we've been talking about.
185. Said, did anybody else park on that space?
I'm not in the same spot.
Said, good morning, Bobby and Chad.
Good morning, Carl.
At Keithford 6,000.
So if you want to hear that song, go to the post.
Said, hey, Jimmy Johns.
Go to my community post and check it out. I'm not going to leave it up there for any length of time. I'm just going to leave it up there for a few days. So,
at Kalamazoo's 4,415.
if you want to save it,
really like it,
so that you can hear it later,
said, hi, Carl.
then do that. And what I'm going to do is in a day or two, I'm going to take that one down and I'm going to put the second one up because she done two.
Said, did you have to run anyone off last night after the drop-off?
I'm not in my same spot.
At Jim 64 WTN.
No, I didn't.
Said, hi,
there was
Bobby.
one spot open. Jim, how you doing? There was one spot open when I got here, which is how it should have been. I got lucky on the spot that it was. Wasn't too awful hard to get into. Harder getting out of than getting into, really. But she done two songs. I'm gonna put the other song up. I'm gonna take the one down in a couple of days, give everybody a chance to listen to it. I'm gonna take it down, and then I'll put the other one up.
Said, good morning, Bobby.
Good morning.
Safe travels today. At 1 Carltonson. Said, hi, Jim, Joni, sip the truck car.
Dang it. I need me a goodie powder.
That's
So,
the truck car now.
if you really liked it, you might want to see about saving it. Saving the link or something. I don't know how you do it. I guess save the link. Number 43, what up, Clearwater? How you doing?
Said, good morning, Bobby.
Good morning, Natalie. Alright, so I didn't even look to see which way this town is.
At Maine, Texas. Said, number 44, good morning, Bobby.
Oh man, it's over next to St. Petersburg. Number 44, how you doing? I didn't hear who that was, but...
At 1 Carltonson.
Lord have mercy.
Said, good morning, CW Church and May. At Jim 64
I didn't even look.
WTN. Said, hi, May.
To see where this ticket... I typed it in, but I didn't look to see where it's located at. Never heard of it. Bradenton or something like that.
Texas. Said, hi, Jim 64.
I think it's Bradenton. I think is the name of the place.
At CWTR Shark. Said, hey, at 1 Carltonson. Said, Bradenton.
Bradenton.
At Bradenton
There you go. Thank
Florida.
you. Bradenton.
Said, morning, everyone, and Bobby. How are you feeling, Bobby?
I'm feeling a little bit better. How you feeling?
146. Said, good morning, Bobby.
Good morning.
Glad you got that radio working. LOL.
Heck yeah. Well, I don't have it plugged up right now, but...
Said, safe travels today, Bobby. At
Thank you.
Britannia Conquest. Said, hey, May. At Britannia Conquest. Said, hey, CW. At May in Texas. Said, hi, Brittany. At Jim 64 WTN. Said, hi, Dagger. At Don's 7 truck puts seatbelt on and says, "Let's go morning, everyone."
Let's go.
At 1 Carltonson. Said, "Good morning, Brittany and Dagger." At Natalie Biscuit. Said, "Bradenton is a nice city."
Is
At
it?
Jim 64
I had never been to that one.
Said, "Hi, Brittany."
Hey, Waste Management, you just run a red light.
829. Said, "Hi, Brittany." At Donsman 829. Said, "Hi, Jim." At Dagger 4146. Said to a Jim 64 WTN. At Supertruck R9. Said, "Over by Sarasota."
Yeah.
At Dagger 4146. Said, "Yo."
Over
At
by
Mikhailsky and
St.
R6J.
Petersburg.
Said, "Good morning from Canada."
Good morning
At
from
Britannia
Canada.
Conquest.
How you doing?
Said, "That's good, Bobby, and feeling good. My grandma tire was messed with because someone or something put a nail in her tire. Must have went under the car yesterday and did that. It cost my grandma $98 today."
Dang it.
At Dagger 4146. Said, "Hey, at 1 Carltonson." At CWTR Sharp. Said, "TRG 81 area south of Tampa Bay over the Sunshine Skyway Bridge from St. Pete." At Mikhailsky and R6J. Said, "How are you doing today, sir?"
I'm doing alright. Doing alright.
Said, "Hey, Jim 64 and Mar and Carl and Dagger and Dawn." At Leaker Washer 98. Said, "Hello, YN."
Oh. Who was that? Lee?
At 1 Carltonson. Said, "Where is our final destination?" At Williamsburg 8126. Said, "Wait to Bradenton, Florida, pick up load." At Mikhailsky and R6J. Said, "Do you have any pets?"
That's a
At
house. I do.
9,570.
Got a dog.
Said, "Good morning and happy hump day, everyone.
Good
I
morning.
hope you have a great day."
Thank you. Hopefully you have a great day as
At
well.
Britannia Conquest. Said, "Her Caesar roller went off when we were inside the house yesterday. I was like, what's that?" And the Caesar roller going off, so we might have to look our neighbor's camera or something.
Huh.
At Jim 64 WTN. Said, "Hi, Dawn." At Leaker Washer 98. Said, "What color bra is he wearing?" At 1 Carltonson. Said, "Hump day." At Mikhailsky and R6J. Said, "I have 2 dogs. I have a Rottweiler and a Husky." At Bill Phillip 51. Said, "Good morning all. We'll catch up a bit later."
Bill, how you doing?
At Mikhailsky and R6J. Said, "Dexter is the Rottweiler and Ellie is the Husky." At Maine, Texas. Said, "Hi, Bill." At Britannia Conquest. Said, "She got a new tire this morning. Thank God my dad gave me 100 for her so soon we get a new tire."
Heck yeah.
At 1 Carltonson. Said, "Good morning, Bill." At Britannia Conquest. Said, "Hey, Bill H, how are you?" At 321 John Baptist Canada. Said, "Good morning, Bobby." At Jim 64
John, how you doing?
WTN. Said, "Hi, Bill Goofy." At 1 Carltonson. Said, "Morning, John." At Jim 64 WTN. Said, "Hi, John." At 321 John Baptist Canada. Said, "I listened to the song."
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. The other one's real good too. I'm gonna put it up in a couple of days.
To Malfunction Junction at I-75 and south to Bradenton. I don't envy you today. LOL.
Right.
At Keyford 6485. Said, "How long is going to take?" At Maine, Texas.
At least 2.5 hours.
Said, "Hi, John."
According to the GPS, when I punched the address in, at least 2.5.
At 321 John She
AI
just
wrote
gave it ideas.
it.
At Keyford 6,000.
She put down some keywords and then AI wrote it.
Said you have a Christmas wreath in front of the truck.
No.
At Kalamazoo's 4,415. Said did you get some breakfast?
I'm eating it right now, Cal.
8,126.
Sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit.
Said wait to pick up Lou going to town. At 321 John Baptist Canada. Said all at 1 Richardson.
Good morning,
Sorry
Tammy.
I missed yesterday's live stream. My husband took me out for our 40th wedding anniversary.
Happy anniversary. I don't blame you. I would have missed it too.
Said GM at 1 Rogenson at Britannica West at Jim 64 WTN at William 8,126 at Keeper 6,485 at Pellegrin's 4,415 at B in Texas at Dagger 4,146 at KLM 6 at. Said hello guys.
Oh, Cal.
At Jim
How you
64
doing?
WTN. Said hi Natalie Biscuit. At Dagger 4,146. Said I hope your sleep cycles are not totally messed up right now. At 320.
I got a lot of
John
sleep,
Baptist Canada.
actually.
Said GM at Tamaragan 1,959. At Tamaragan 1,959. Said thank you Bobby. At
You are welcome.
Biscuit. Said happy anniversary. At 321 John Baptist Canada. Said GM at Tail at 6 at. At Dagger 4,146. Said yo at 321 John Baptist Canada. At Bay in Texas. Said if everyone watching would hit the thumbs up, we would be over 100 already.
I know, right?
At Tail M6 at.
Just friendly reminder.
Said pretty good Bobby.
If you've not got that thumbs up button yet, smash it, punch it, kick it, lick it. We do not care how you do it. Stop smurfing on it.
At Jim 64 WTN. Said hi Timmy. At Bay in Texas. Said me John. At Rick 64R. Said what up Bobby. Hope all is well below chat.
You know what I've been getting commercials of, Rick?
Said morning John. At 1 Carltonson. Said good morning Rick. At Jim 64 WTN. Said hi Rick. At 1 Carltonson. Said that is good Bobby. You needed the rest. At Bay 64R. Said Jim happy birthday. At Bay in Texas. Said hi PR.
Is it Jim's birthday? I thought yesterday was his birthday.
See you spying. At 321 John Baptist Canada. Said GM and Natalie Biscuit happy anniversary. Tim American 1,959. At BR Deal. Said May. At Britannica West. Said hey Rick and BR. At Rick 64R. Said Bobby Fishing LOL. At Britannica West. Said one John how are you? At Jerry 2,969. Said that is a very cool song. Just needed to put Haver in it. At
Pepper was in that song, wasn't he?
Said hey Jerry. At BRD. Said morning Carl.
He was in one of the songs that she did. I thought it was that one.
Said it was. At 321 John Baptist Canada. Said happy birthday at Jim 64 WTN. At Natalie Biscuit. Said GM John. At Jim 64 WTN. Said hi BR. At Dagger 4,146. Said you on the bee line.
Yeah.
Got renamed the beach line.
The beach
The
line.
locals have that name. At Tail M6 at. Said happy birthday Jim.
Happy birthday.
At Enters 8,126.
Happy birthday.
At B in Texas. Said Jim 64 happy belated birthday. At 321 John Baptist Canada. Said GM at Jerry 2,969. Enters 8,126. At Natalie Biscuit. Said 87 let's get to 100. At BR.
slowed us down big time.
Said good morning, Bobby. Happy Wednesday.
Good morning.
At Tamarigan,
I don't know why, but they have.
59. Said hi, Jim 64. Thank you, 321, John Baptist Canada. At JSSLU 16. Said good morning from Morgantown, West Virginia, I.
Good morning.
At Jim 64, WTN. Said thanks, May. At Britannica West. Said let's go, people, almost to 100, let's go. At 1 Carltonson. Said hi, Zachary. At 1 Carltonson. Said happy birthday, Jim. At Britannica West. Said happy birthday, Jim. At TLX6F.
I don't know why.
Said hello, Brittany, how are you?
I don't know why they slowed us
At
down, but
321,
they slowed us
John
down big
Baptist
time.
Canada. Said doing good here, it is melting the snow. At Tamarigan 1959. Said happy birthday, Jim 64. At Jim 64 WTN. Said thanks, John. At Zachary Orchak 4984. Said hi, Carl, how are you? At Britannica West. Said hey, tail in good, Justin work. At Britannica West. Said hey, Zach. At Jim 64 WTN. Said thanks, Tammy. At William Ters 8126. Said hi, Jim 64. At Britannica West. Said hey, Natalie, how are you? At Jim 64 WTN. Said hi, William. At Zachary Orchak 4984. Said hi, Brandy. At Dagger 4146. Said YouTube been lagging a lot around here lately. The entire internet actually. At Natalie Biscuit. Said I could Brittany and you. At Rajner Snowman. Said hello.
Hello.
At Dagger 4146.
They're featuring a bunch of dumb
Said
channels.
I swear it's getting throttled. At
Yeah.
64 WTN.
They throttle
Said
me big
thanks,
time.
Brittany.
They'll
At
open it up and then they'll close me down.
Said where are you from?
I'm
At
from
Rajner
Tennessee.
Snowman.
They'll
Said I'm from Croatia.
they'll open me up and then slow me down. And they've done that.
Said thanks, Carl.
Been doing it for a while.
At B in Texas.
I don't know why they throttle me like that.
100. At Jared Williams 8786.
I have no idea, man.
Said hello, Bobby.
Hello.
At 1 Carltonson. Said timestamp 903 CDT. At Britannica West.
Yeah, 10:03. It's not too far behind.
Britannica West. Said at B in Texas.
Boom.
Said bunches.
You guys and gals, ladies and gentlemen, are freaking awesome.
Britannica West.
Thanks so much for the first 100 thumbs up right here, Traveling Gang. Really do appreciate it.
Said Dagger also
Snip some
yesterday
salt from the salty crew. Butter up that popcorn. Enjoy the rest of the ride. Now we do love the Misfits around here. How much do we love the Misfits? Freaking bunches. Oh my god.
At Zachary Orchak 4984. Said freaking bunches. At Jared Williams 8786. Said day 2 in Aruba. At 1 Carltonson.
And so
Said you welcome Jim.
it kind of brings me to the thought, you know, with
Said freaking bunches.
YouTube doing the whole throttling thing.
Said freaking bunches.
That's like Elizabeth right now can't comment in our live streams,
Probably to get everybody to pay for premium service.
and she's not blocked. She's absolutely not blocked, but she can't comment for some reason or another. YouTube's not letting her comment in the live stream.
At Dagger 4146. Said thanks at Rick 64 are it was fun. At Josh C 85. Said going back to Utah, Bobby. At
Wyoming.
Texas. Said at Jim 64 WTN. Said WTG May.
But yeah, Elizabeth, she can't comment with her original account for some reason or another. I have no clue why, because I went through and unblocked everybody. Not just a couple of people and not just this one, and I unblocked everybody because I couldn't find her name.
At 1 Carltonson.
So I just unblocked
Said is
the...
YT using AI to do a lot of the stupid things they are doing.
Yeah.
DEADSHOT.
They use AI to do a lot of their stuff.
Issue to YouTube if that would help.
I don't think it'll help.
At Bluey Prod. Said
I mean, she could report it, but I don't think it would help.
Chatter about more unsubscribed showing up.
Because a lot of people has problems commenting on my shorts too. Not, well, I don't know how many people, but I know there's a few people that can't comment on my shorts. It just it won't let them into the comment
Said
section.
AI isn't as good as people say it is.
No, it's not.
321 John Baptist Canada. Said Bobby Rig 64 had the same problem the other day. At Williams
Right.
126.
Over in Sarge's.
Said Bobby said you can get cat buns. At
Huh?
Jim 64 WTF. Said Bobby YT did that to me 3 years ago. I had to do a Jim 64 other account to get in. At Maine, Texas.
Had to, to do another account.
At Sean 420 Ohio 4. Said YouTube Tartar. At 321
Right.
John Baptist Canada. Said yes, Sarge.
Yeah, over in Sarge's. I don't know if he's able to get in there now or not though. It aggravates me because that's a paid account. With Elizabeth, that's a paid membership that they're not letting
At
in.
321 John Baptist Canada. Said GM and Sean 420 Ohio 4. At Chivingwall 1.
I mean, it aggravates me with any of them,
Said Malaysia Ball.
but it's even worse that it's a paid account that they've got blocked out.
Said GM. At McLaughlin 6,514. Said Big Love and Merry Christmas to the Ride Along family from Virginia. Jesus saves.
At
At
Christmas.
one Carltonson. Said AI is a good concept but can't replace the human brain and good old common sense.
Right.
Well, not sure the brain has common sense anymore either. At Natalie
Right.
Skin. Said so far Meg is not overwhelmed.
So far.
At Chivingwall 1,539. Said California, Morocco, Portugal, Gaza protests. At 321 John Baptist Canada. Said GM at McLaughlin 6,514. At Rig 64R. Said yes, Sarge had to take me off the hype list before I was able to chat all good now. At Jim
So you was on the hide list?
Said sometimes if I forget to change accounts it will show up as not a member. At Dog RV. Said you're going back to Wyoming.
Yeah.
Awesome. At Soul Dasher Johnny. Said DoorDash drivers have had to verify their identity and sign another contract all because of that freaking idiot spraying someone's food. At
Wow.
DSHOTS. Said Bobby, yeah, I understand that it would be aggravating. At Lina G4B. Said hi again.
Hello.
At Rig 64R.
Again.
Said for his channel, yes, Bobby.
Well, I went through and unblocked everybody. I mean, there was not one blocked person. And there was a few that I didn't want to unblock, but I did anyway. I unblocked everybody. And she still isn't able to come in and chat with that, with her paid membership profile.
At DSHOTS. Said good morning, Brent. At Rig 64R. Said hey, Deadshots. At DSHOTS. Said Bobby, when did that happen to her this month?
When did it happen? A couple of days ago. She come in like 2 to 3 days ago and said that she couldn't comment from her main channel.
At 321 John Baptist Canada. Said thanks for confirming Rick at the time he wasn't seeing you on there when I was in. At DSHOTS. Said okay, Bobby. At one Carltonson. Said don't forget Powerball tips for tonight. At Rick 64R. Said I still can't flip on the laptop, it sucks.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with that. But see, I thought that I did that. I thought that I'd accidentally flipped the switch on it. Because as a creator, we can block that so that people can't do it. But I don't know why anybody would want to. Unless, just purely for content theft, but...
And one Bradenton said, Rick, like I said, you don't need all this hair clippings on the keyboard.
And my appointment was 10 o'clock. I called the dispatch back and I was like, dude, you know there ain't no way I could make it by 10 o'clock, right? Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you.
20 Ohio Ford said, I don't buy till JP over 1.5 LOL. At Jim 64W said, I'll show you what I mean, Bobby Down. This is the other Jim 64.
Right.
At 321 John Baptist Canada.
Yeah, I knew you had two different...
When you click to stop the clips, you can rewind also.
I knew that you had two different accounts. I didn't know that that was the reason why, though.
To find the area to clip. At Jim 64W said, oh, sorry, you can't see it. At one Bradenton said, Sean, I don't buy until over 500K.
Was that... Did they block you here, Jim? Was the reason why you made the other account, or was it somewhere else? Yeah, I don't get why they do that. I don't understand that. Because she said she didn't have any problems commenting on other channels. She just couldn't comment here. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
At Josephine 5793 said hi.
Oh. That channel used to be block crazy. I don't know how they are now about blocking people, but they used to be block crazy. Used to, but like I say, I don't know now how they are about it, but I know used to. They block people left and right.
Said I know a lot of people that have backed up accounts just in case.
Which at one point this channel was block crazy too. That's the reason why that's the reason why we do the no block rule, because there for a while it was just block crazy, man.
Said I'd rather be here. At DEADSHOTS said I've never had that issue with my account. YouTube do that to me.
He had words on his cheek. Yeah, this channel, it was pretty bad at one point for blocking. And that's why I went and said no more blocking, absolutely, unless I say so, unless I specify to block. But it's pretty decent. It's decent now. Everybody's pretty good with it. And I know on that channel over there before, you could sneeze on your keyboard and that'd block you.
Then have received one on. Said this is just a test, but dropped a link.
Thank you.
5793 said cat orange whistling. At Chrysler 007 said at Chrysler 007 at Chrysler 007. Well, that's your heading.
Lord have say 007. Oh, no, man. How you doing?
At Jim 64 WTN. Said at Jim 64 WTN. Said hi Chris. At 1 Rogerson. Said hey cares.
Which I may leave that. I may just go ahead and leave that song up and not take it back down, because the way I was reading it.
420 Ohio 4. Said I got a rare fish other day, Bobby a bourbon.
Oh, a bourbon? What is that?
At Rick 64R. Said yeah, YouTube is really messing with a lot of things.
They are. They're messing with a lot of things right now.
46. Said yo and Crazier 007% turquoise waving. At Sean 420 Ohio 4. Said freshwater cod. At Crazier
Okay.
007.
To eat?
Said LOL in not 100% has have that flu that's going around had the chills last night and body aches it's horrible and in 1 project said at Dagger 4146 and at Jim 64 WTN GC. At Josujan 5793. Said god dang it YouTube. At 1 project said cares, that is what you get for not getting that flu shot. LOL. At Britannica Quest. Said hey Chris. At Sean 420 Ohio 4. Said endangered so had to throw back.
Oh, okay. Caught one. Caught it. Okay. Gotcha.
Said good evening.
Good eating. But the way I was reading it, with it being posted up as a link,
Said hey Bluey.
it shouldn't be any kind of a problem,
Said not as good as Manatee though.
because it's
At Rick 64R.
promoting the site
Said
rather
Bobby
than the
hasn't
song.
gotten any kind of a response back from you know who.
Not yet. Not yet I have.
07. Said at 1 project said LOL face green smiling. And below at Britannica Quest in taking loads of multivitamins so hope that cures a happen. At Cardiff Elder and 7Q1C. Said index pointing to the viewer 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 index.
Please don't put all them emojis up like that. Whoever that was, please don't do that.
At LC Latin OEK. Said hello from Alabama.
Hello,
At
Alice from Alabama. How you
321
doing?
Baptist Academy Opera. Said hey Juan.
Oh man, I missed my freaking turn, and I was supposed to went down 417 up there.
At Chrysler 007. Said at 1 project said I take vitamin D, C and B12 hoping it helps. At Josujan 5793. Said Sweet Home Alabama.
I guess we'll just follow this tow road out.
Said UCM turnaround. I
Yeah.
would. At 1 project said.
It's this
Said
way
all
too.
train drivers never miss their turn. At Britannica Quest.
Either way, it's fine, I
Said
guess.
nice Chris.
I suppose.
At Rick 64R. Said a good driver will find his way back. I'm sure of it LOL.
Yeah, we can go straight. It's just giving me the option to get off the tow road. I suppose is
At
what it did.
Chrysler 007. Said at Britannica Quest cheers.
I don't know which one was actually shorter, because I didn't look, but let's see.
At Chrysler 007. Said Jeetsy at Rick 64R.
Yeah, we
At Dagger 4146. Said 417 is tolls too.
oh, is it toast too? Well, then 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. We'll just
At
hang it
Hustle
here.
this week. Said road is yours today, Bob. At Rick 64R. Said hey Chris. At 1 project
Morning, Linda.
Please
How you
please
doing?
yourself, Bobby, today as best you can. Good health is
Yeah.
always priority.
Right,
At
right.
Chrysler 007. Said at Rick 64, our penguin blue waving tear. Hope your day is a good one, man. At 1 Carltonson. Said good morning, Linda. At T1 MH5 second. Said hi, good morning, all sunny.
Good morning. How you doing?
At Rick 64R. Said Chris and Zimon LOL, home sweet home.
Oh,
At
man.
T1 MH5 second.
Oh, you're going to get over now?
Said who's driving?
My name's Bobby. Diva, how you doing? Welcome to the Outlaw Gang. Welcome to the Outlaw Gang. Who's on third?
At Chrysler 007. Said at Rick 64, our pool. At T1 MH5 second. Said careful driving, nice roads. At Jim 64.
Always as careful as possible.
Said hi, Diva. At Chrysler 007. Said welcome in at Diva MH5 second penguin blue waving tear. At Tail M6F. Said welcome to Ride Along Gang. At 1 Carltonson. Said Raymond, was your crew excited about their bonuses? At PG Cell. Said stop speeding, stop speeding, stop speeding. Every day I have to tell you things. At CWTR Shop. East West shortcuts, disconnect rewards.
No, not really.
Let's go again, baby. Said good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Lena.
At Rick 64R. Said Carl tomorrow night.
Look at the way, people.
Nice Wednesday coming out at you.
Trying to speed through here.
At Tiva MH5 second. Said thanks at Chrysler's. At Jim 64 WTM. Said hi, Landon. At 1 Carltonson. Said Rick, after I typed it, I was thinking Thursday. At Chrysler 007. Said at Tiva MH5 second cheers. At Sean 400.
Welcome to Orlando.
Said he's not speeding LOL. At Jim 64.
Yeah, I am a little bit.
Said hi, Sean. At Chrysler 007.
Speed limit's 55.
Said LMAO aboard. At 1 Carltonson. Said there was the wheel, so no one asked him again today to do a wheel. Tiva MH5.
There's the wheel.
Said coffee. At Sean 420 Ohio Ford. Said hi, Jim. At KG Cell. Said it's fine, do whatever you want. At Tiva MH5 second. Said lucky no traffic there at Christ. At Chrysler 007. Said at Tiva MH5 second, yes indeed. At Sean 420 Ohio Ford. Said I've seen trucks go by on I-90 lane at night 90 plus mph.
Yeah.
At Dagger 4146. Said I avoid Orlando as much as possible. At Tiva MH5 second. Said what freeway is that?
It's Toll Road 528 West. Right by the airport.
At Rick 64R. Said in PG Cell, welcome to the truck, find a seat, sit down, buckle up, enjoy the ride, and At Foxy 2698. Said hi everyone, man, pink waving face, red heart shape.
Well, Foxy, how
At
you
Tiva
doing?
MH5 second. Said so are you driving the truck?
Yeah, semi-truck.
At 1 Carltonson. Said hi Foxy.
It's a Kenworth T680.
At Chrysler 007. Said I found out something interesting, Bobby. The old big rigs never
As far as engines go, I've never really been
At mark 12 south.
real knowledgeable as far as engines go on anything. Mark, how you doing? Thank you. Thank you. There's nowhere to go but west, man. There's nowhere to go but west from here.
Said I enjoyed road trips like that without much traffic. At Guardian of Jaws ED. Said good morning, Bobby. How are ya?
Pretty
As
decent.
always, thanks for the ride. It's a great distraction, good sir.
You are welcome. Thanks for stopping in and hanging out.
4146.
Appreciate it.
Said screaming Jimmy V8s were a lot of fun. Two-stroke diesels that rev like a race car. LOL. And one Rogerson said we have to go west as can't go to an H. Right. LOL. At mark 12 saw. Said Bobby, watch out, the weather is mean in the west.
Damn for my man.
And Brazier 007 said a Jagger 4146. Awesome. The thought came to my mind after watching the tool movie again where the big rig gets up to like 110 miles per hour. LOL.
Florida Mall. Yeah, my throat's not letting me do that bra thing real good.
Sean 420 Ohio.
Bra. Well, maybe it is.
Said sneaker waves from southern Mexico up to Alaska. At Lintel Stewart 2702. Said good morning, Diva. Are you hailing from Los Angeles? I am here too.
Holiday Jones Spectacular. would have been first on cue though, right?
Enthusiast who pays 5,502. Said dang bro, you be everywhere. At comedy drummer. Said my girlfriend's sister. At diva MH5 pick a second. Said low visibility because of the fog. At Lindholt's Jeweler 2,702. Said good day, Chris. Lovely UK. At 1 Carlgensen. Said LOL comedy. At Guardian of Jaws BD. Said comedy. At Soulbasher Johnny. Said I got to go to PT Leaders. At
Alright, Johnny, be safe out there.
007. Said yeah, if the storm had happened, he would have been the first to report on it.
For saying that?
Said take care all, drive safe and enjoy the ride man pink waving person turn allies waving.
Thank you. Thanks for stopping in.
Five pick a second. Said yes and no. At Chrysler 007. Said at Storm Chaser SoundCloud 6,556 LOL. It was literally a tiny drizzle of rain on top. At Jim 64 WTN. Said hi Linda. At Storm Chaser SoundCloud 6,556. Said right. At Storm Chaser SoundCloud 6,556. Said didn't have what it takes. At Chrysler 007. Said
Watch
at
out,
John
car.
420 Ohio 4 LOL. And that in a member of Connor's channel, he understands the British with Raha.
$74 degrees out here, man. I suppose we're still in Orlando.
At Chrysler 007. Said at Storm Chaser SoundCloud 6,556. Yep, it's always a 50-50 when chasing.
Put your foot on that pedal, man. Well, never mind. Don't do it.
At Chrysler 007. Said morning at Sweet Rosa 1987 Jeezy.
Jeez, man. Thank you, Grandma.
At Chrysler
Thank you for the
007.
car.
Said that's an interesting band. Their LOL was Splatter Band Haha. At Lindholtz Jeweler 2702. Said hey at Jim 64 minus WTN. So glad to meet you, Jim. At Sweet Rosa 1987. Said at Chrysler 007 High. At Chrysler 007. Said at Sweet Rosa 1987. Cheers. Hope your day is going well. At Jim 64 WTN. Said likewise Linda. At Sweet Rosa 1987. Said at Chrysler 007 that good. At Jim 64 WTN. Said hi Sweet Rosa. At Britannic Conquest. Said hey Linda and Sweet Rosa. At Britannic Conquest. Said hey Foxy. At Chrysler 007. Said at Sweet Rosa 1987. Awesome, I am happy to hear you're doing well. XXX. At TRXFRMR 41. Said good late morning Bobby and Misfits.
Good morning,
At
Transformer.
Britannic Conquest. Said ATRX. At Jim 64 WTN. Said hi TRXFM. At TRXFRMR 41. Said Oats Fruity. At Lindholtz Jeweler 2702. Said Chris, new. 1. Shameful. Let piano. I made error on being too friendly, but I lead with kindness. At Sweet Rosa 1987. Said at Britannica West at Jim 64 WTN High. At Joseph Lagrange 9531. Said hello to the best Joseph's friends.
But I'm Joseph, how you doing?
At Mark B76. Said good morning Bobby. I'm in Fort Worth TX waiting on another load.
Good morning, Mark. How
At
you doing?
TRXFRMR 41. Said hi Jim.
Waiting on another
At
load.
Mark Carltonson. Said good morning TRX. At Chrysler 007. Said at Lindholtz Jeweler 2702. LOL, I wish I was joking, but the people in the UK nowadays are so cool. When I was in the USA, even in South Central ghetto, people
a shame to get them cars to move is with a cop sitting there, and then some of them still refuse to move over.
At Jim 64 WTN. Said hi, Stephen. At Juan Diego Santos. Said morning, Bobby. Dad, I got something for the morning ride and lunch.
Good morning,
Smart
one thing,
Chasers
dude.
will sound about 6,556. Said Sean. I'm on the west side of Cincinnati. What side you on? LOL. At Steve Anderson 949. Said howdy Jim. At Brazier 007. Said some people lazy LOL.
Some people don't care about nobody but themselves. It's just it, man.
At
When it comes to driving, especially.
Said hope you have a safe trip this morning.
Well, thank you.
At
Thank you.
Brazier 007. Said Jeezy at Juan Diego Santos hand pink waving. At Sean 420 Ohio Ford. Said I'm on east side of Cleveland, used to live in Cincinnati. At Steve Anderson 949. Said 58 at 945 of MT Wood.
58 Fort Worth.
At Lady Fire Jeep. Said morning Bobby and Misfits.
Lady Fire, how you do?
At Storm Chasers will sound about 6,556. Said okay with KIC. At 1 Carl Jensen. Said morning G. At Brazier 007. Said at Lady Fire Jeep Jeezy hand pink waving. At Sweet Rosa 1,987.
WTG1 with the
Said Bobby,
$10.
do you ever decorate your truck?
Don't know. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is awesome. From time to time, I put like Halloween decorations on it. I don't do Christmas decorations now.
Superman Bass Fisher. Thanks for following.
Thanks for following Superman. Appreciate that. Welcome
At
to the
Lady
Rambo
Fire
Gang.
Jeep. Said it's a wee blurry on my big screen. Fine. At Sean 420 Ohio Ford. Said snow melt in Ohio to Tennessee. Carl Jensen. Said WTG.
been that, so I had to, after I shut the stream down last night,
At Gym 64,
I had to drive on over there,
said highway in
which was just across the, I mean, it was on the other that was in the video.
At Sean 420 Ohio Ford. Said Bunny, when we get thundersnow, local weatherman gets super stoked.
I slept for, I guess, maybe about an hour while they was unloading me. So it was 3:30ish when they got done. And then I went back over to the truck stop, and there was one single reserve spot open. So I got it in, and I went back to sleep for a couple hours, and I woke up. Maybe 3 or 4 hours. So I don't know how much you would really consider how much sleep I did get.
At Lindholz Jeweler 2702. Said hello Juan. Very nice meeting you.
That's the one bad thing about trucking is there's no, you can't run on any kind of real schedule because of the way they set up appointments for pickups and deliveries. You just absolutely, you can't not trucking. I mean, you can try and you can do the best that you can at holding a regular kind of schedule, but you're just not going to be able to, not 100% of the time. That's the one thing that I like about having the extra long trips is it's easier to maintain a schedule that way. It's not great, but it's easier.
At KT 81,776. Said Bakersfield. At Boxy 2,690.
California.
Said Bobby Perfect Guy. At Frazier 007. Said yeah, that would test my patience, Bob. They told me I had to be there and get it done after midnight, LOL.
Alright. Especially when your first delivery is at 4 o'clock that morning. Or 3 or 4 o'clock, whatever it was. On that first delivery, and then midnight for the second one. We can do it, but it's not constant like that. Because the thing is the places that you pick up and deliver to, they're not mandated to any kind of getting you unloaded scheduling. You know, it might take a place 30 minutes to unload you, and it might take another place 4 hours to unload you or reload you. And I've been to some places where it take 8, 9, and 10 hours to get loaded or unloaded.
Fire chief said the last few weeks when driving around I have seen vehicles
Yeah.
Have never seen them before in all my years.
Houston's bad
Is
for
it
that.
legal?
I've heard that it's not legal, but I don't know that. I guess it just depends on where you're at, if they're gonna ticket you for it, or how much after dark driving you do. Social media is what got that going. One person did it and posted it, and then hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people followed along behind it.
At Gerard Adriani 2711. Said M. At Frazier 007. Said yeah, like one trucker I see had to leave 3 hours before he could get on there, and it only took 30 minutes to unload all of them.
Yeah. And it's just, there's no mandate whatsoever on getting these trucks loaded and unloaded. You know, the most you can do is ask your company for layover or detention, and then, you know, sometimes the company's fair with it and sometimes they're not. Most companies ain't fair with that whole detention thing. Because they might get $300 or $400 for it and then want to pay you $50 or $25.
Meyer 4773.
What up, Bill? How you doing,
Said
man?
Bobby and Old Misfit, Merry Christmas to you, or Happy Holidays.
Merry Christmas, man.
At Tezakvin. Said g'day, everyone, hand pink waving, hand pink waving, hand pink waving.
What up, Tessa? How you doing, man? I know I didn't get the chance to talk to you yesterday when you popped in. Welcome to the Ride Along Gang. I had the microphones outside the truck yesterday.
At Frazier 007. Said, oh, that's not fair at all, Bobby.
No.
Also at Bellmeyer 4773.
It's not fair.
And at Tezakvin Jeetsy. At Sweet Rosa 1987. Said, I'm still thinking about that truck ASMR live stream last night. It was a lullaby to me. At Jim 64.
Well, thank you for popping in. I appreciate it.
Said, hi, Bill, and Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I put the microphones outside last night so that it was actually AMSR. Or says it, yeah, it says it's truly AMSR. I was hoping for more
At Lady Fire
air
Chief.
brakes and stuff like
Said,
that.
Bobby, you sound a bit stuffy.
My sinuses are messed up bad. It did this to me one other time when I come down to Florida from out of the cold. It severely knocked my sinuses in the ground. It done it again this time.
At Foxy 2698. Said, Bobby, happy holiday from Italy.
Happy holiday, man.
At Bellmeyer
How you doing, Foxy?
4773. Said Chris June 64. At Mouseblood Natural 8740. Said, hi, Bobby, mods and misfits.
What up, man? How you
Been
doing?
so busy with work that all I could do was listen.
Tell you what, man. Lurkers Lounge is always open.
At Frazier 007. Said at Bellmeyer 4773. Hello, Merry Christmas to you, sir.
Yeah, I go into some streams and never say a word. I just am quiet. It just depends on which streams I go into and what kind of mood I'm in and all that. So I don't hold it against anybody.
At Lady Fire Chief said, ignore my stupid thumb. At Foxy 2690 said, Bobby 5 p.m. Italy.
5 p.m. in Italy. We got 11 a.m. here in Florida. Florida, Polk City, Florida.
At one Rogerson said, Bobby is a lurker.
I do. I lurk in some channels that I go in. I don't never say a word.
At Blake Beach said, ears open and mouth shut. At Bellmeyer 4773 said, I see you've been getting a lot of likes. At Crazier
Yeah, well, the last couple of days we hadn't been getting as much. For the last month we've been doing real good, but the last week the last 2 months we've been doing real good. The last week they've had me throttled down to a quarter of what they've been giving me, maybe a quarter. That's what we was talking about earlier. I don't get why they do that. I just don't understand that whole throttling process with me that they do. They throttle me down a lot, and they do it often. They'll do pretty decent for a while, for about a month, maybe 2 months maximum, and then they throttle me down to seems like nearly nothing.
2702 said, sorry, Chris to continue.
And then they'll leave me. They'll leave me throttled down for a month, and then they'll pick me back up. I don't get why they do it. Did we get 200?
4,773 said, I've been on Philippines channels a lot. At Crazier
On the Philippines channel?
said, at Lincoln's Jeweler 2702 thanks for the info. At one Rogerson.
Dang it, we did miss the 200 though. Boom, you guys and gals, ladies and gentlemen, are freaking awesome. Thank you so much for over 200 thumbs up right here at Bradenton Game. Really do appreciate it. Snip some salt from the salty crew, butter up that popcorn, enjoy the rest of the ride. Now we do love the Misfits around here. How much do we love Misfits? Carl got it, man. Carl got it. Freaking bunches.
Said freaking bunches. At Richard M. OQB said freaking bunches. At one Rogerson said Brittany was sleeping on the job.
Right.
At Britannia
Everybody was sleeping on the job except
said hey Mike and
Carl.
Richard M. At Mike Diva 1
Carl was napping.
said good morning Bobby and the gang.
Good morning, Mike. How you doing?
007 said oh well, one Rogerson saluting face the spammy bunches paid off haha.
Spamming it paid off today, man.
At Lindell's Jeweler 2702 said freaking bunches. At one Rogerson said good morning Mike. At Britannia Conquest said no I was
lot of companies will be closing down
Said if busy, I'm meeting this phone.
here, but not every company.
Said don't feed the bear, son, Papa.
Right? Don't be the bear, son. Picking up a load and going somewhere.
At Pricer 007 said UK is ridiculous when it comes to public holidays. We have the 3 weeks of Christmas off, then another 2 weeks on top for public holidays throughout the year. LOL. That's Steve Morrison.
There's a lot of places around here that
said I live in Bradenton.
You live in Bradenton, see it from there. There's a lot of places in America that closes down through the Christmas holidays for 1 week to 3 weeks every year, but so I worked at the carpet mills. That's the way they done. They would pretty well shut down through the Christmas holidays for the entire time the kids was out of school. We was out of work.
Said good morning.
Good morning, 44. How you doing? The heck is that? Noah's Ark.
At Pricer 007 said at 44 Harvey Jeezy. At Pricer 007 said John Green there. Thanks for following.
Thanks for following. It's
At
not
Steve
long.
Anderson 949.
Let's go.
Said sup Brittany, all good. At Bill Hula 51. Said morning Brittany. At Mike Diva 1. Said LOL Donna. At Samuel Wilkinson Jr. is 3,421. Said how are you doing today Bobby? Feels better. At Frazier 007. Said at Don Max LOL sorry to hear that happened in one of those. Thankfully.
I'm doing
At
alright.
Mark Rogerson.
I don't know about feeling better, but I'm doing alright. she? It was a she, man. She was leading the pack.
At Becca Davies 1984. Said Samuel keeps missing my hello eyes purple crying. At Bill 51. Said LOL Mike, I didn't specify. At Lonnie found 09B. Said on Yup Paseo.
It looked like she was waving anyway. He or she.
Said hand wave waving, hand wave waving, hand wave waving. At Lonnie found 09B. Said Yogi Atinalayo. At Chrysler 007. Said, oh, that's interesting, a woman leading the motorbike gang.
I'm pretty sure it was a woman. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was.
At Lonnie found 09B.
Dinosaur
Said
world. That would be fun.
At Foxy 2698. Said, Bobby, have you ever seen the movie Bad Boys?
Yeah.
At Becca Davies 1984. Said Samuel, please say hello to me. You keep missing my hello. And eyes purple crying. At Chrysler 007. Said someone writing in Korean in the chat there LOL. At Lonnie 09B. Said AM 128. At Becca Davies 1000.
Got 1128 here.
Said hello Foxy person turquoise waving. At Geo 7918. Said GM everyone.
Good morning, Gio. How you doing?
At Donna Max. Said hey Geo. At Chrysler 007. Said hello Korean person, I can't understand a word you're saying man LOL. At Britannic Conquest. Said hey Geo. At Mike D1. Said Chris, I'll translate, it won't be the correct translation but hey LOL. At Becca Davies 1984. Said how are you today Brittany? At Geo 7918. Said hi Donna Max. At Chrysler 007. Said it like Diva 1 LMAO. At Britannic Conquest. Said good Becky who's busy. At Becca Davies 1984. Said nice one. At Becky _24. Said naughty hablar Spanish.
Alright, we got a way station coming up in 2 miles. It is a drive west side. Open or closed, bypass or no. like when the traffic's thick like this anywhere, they pull more trucks in. To me, especially here in Florida.
At Samuel Wilkinson Jr. is 3,421. Said good luck, Bobby. At London, 09B. Said face green, smiling, face green, smiling, face green, smiling. At Doug Pet 64. Said good morning, Bobby and Misfits.
Good morning, Doug. How
At
you doing?
Rick 64R.
They're open.
Said Carl, we can use the word birds instead, LMFA. At Becca Davies 1984. Said hey, you are you Samuel. At Donna Max. Said Mike, then you get a ticket. At Braziers 007. Said a Doug Pat 64 Jeetsy. At 1 Carl Jensen. Said Rick, that will work. I call the yard birds. At Britannic Conquest. Said hey Doug, how are you? At Mondula, Doug 09B. Said good okay.
I guess we're going in. Follow road signs, truck interway station. This one's the one that we done the circle around like 4 times that one day.
Is 3,421. He said. At Rick 64R. Said hey Scuba. At 1 Scuba. Said hello Brittany. At Mike D.
This one and the other one, we done 2 on this one and 2 on the other side. Because I missed my exit.
Said not to bad things, be Howard and Foxy. At 1 Carl Jensen. Said good morning Scuba. At 20 Guthrie XP. Said good morning Bobby, good morning Fonz, good morning everyone.
Yeah, morning.
At Longhorn 09B. Said I'm curious about the American Powerball. What's the number? It's 1,045 in Korea.
We got 11:35 here.
Said Scuba and keep waiting. At 1 Scuba.
78 degrees Fahrenheit.
At Samuel Wilkinson Jr. is 3,421. Said I'm good okay. At Britannic Conquest. Said hey Scuba, how are you? At Rick 64R. Said hey Twain. At Bill 451. Said Scuba, howdy. At 1 Scuba. Said hey Twain. At Marywood said 9,097. Said LOL. At Becca Davies 1,984. Said At Montego 1. Said are they just using the way station to thin the traffic or something?
I don't know,
At
maybe.
Becca Davies 1984. Said fantastic. At Becca Davies 1984. Said base green smiling.
Maybe it slows the truck traffic down a little bit.
Said LOL Bill. At Donna Max. Said what you doing? Hard hands. At once Kubanya. Said hello Becky. At Frazier 007.
So them disco lights
Said at
went
once
this way
Kubanya. Hello, hope you're good name.
as
At
well.
Frazier 007. Said at Bill 51. At Dwayne Guthrie XP8 PM. Said Chris good day to you. At Gary Woodson 9097. Said hi at 1 Carl Jensen. At 984. At Britannic Conquest. At Rick 64R. At once Kubanya. At Frazier 007. Said at Dwayne Guthrie XP8 PM. Cheers. At Dwayne Guthrie XP8 PM. Said Gary good morning to you my friend. At Becca Davies 1984.
picking up and going to pick up a load.
Said Luis. I'll get down off the soapbox. I just get fired up on insurance.
Get off that soapbox, man. I know, insurance is crazy.
Said that's okay. I can handle the pain as long as they don't get bad. I'm used
You
to
pay
it.
for a service for years and years and years, and then that service doesn't want to pay back when it's needed.
At Dwayne Buckley, XP8 Kia. Said Mike, I don't blame you. It seems like there's insurance for everything around us. At Donovan. Said Mike, I'm sure you asked your doctor to write a justification for more supplies. I understand insurance frustration. At Mike Dingo 1. Said exactly, Bobby. At Stitcher Jane. Said I asked you if you were delivering here because that's where I'm at in Bradenton.
Yeah. Now I'm picking up a load going to Wyoming. Excuse me.
At Stitcher Jane. Said 10-4 if I see you drive by, I'll wave at you.
10-4. We'll give you a horn, man. We see you.
At Mike Dingo 1. Said doesn't matter what the doctor says, it's backwards now. Insurance tells the doctor what to do, it seems.
Insurance tells everybody what to do.
At Bill number 51. Said oh, very cool, Bobby. They have you on that run right now. Florida to the mountain states and back.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's like our truck speed used to be 74, and apparently, according to the boss, the owner, insurance told them they had to turn all our trucks down to 70 or find another company. So they turned them down.
At Mike Dingo 1. Said he was climbing back up on the soapbox, didn't I know about? At Rick 64R. Said same thing with SS. You work your full adult life just to retire and get nothing to survive on. Very sad.
I know, right?
At Bill 51. Said hopefully you are clean now, Mike. At Blake Page. Said you know it's insurance when it's consistent across most companies.
Right. Yeah.
At Dwayne Buckley, XP8 Kia. Said no, good morning, my friend. At once
I believe the insurance company told them that.
Not going Washington State and the flooding. At Mike
I believe it.
Said Racket, LOL.
Because, I mean, why drop an insurance company that you've been with for however long they've been with them for 4 miles an hour to get another insurance company that might be worse? That, you know, the other insurance company might say 68 miles an hour.
At Bill 51. Said hey Dwayne, very good, hello. At
heck out of 68 too. I mean, for real. If I'm being honest. 74 was great. 70's fine, but anything under 70 is just enough to piss me off. Dang it, man. That's pretty dang fast right there. I wouldn't complain a bit about that. Make it from one side of America to the other in 30 minutes. Then we can do the 30-minute or less guaranteed deliveries. President of your own domain. I'm president too, man. How about that?
At Mike Diva
Right, right.
said if president in my home, the white says I can be. At Chrysler 007 said if Bill will buy one, those trucks had no turbos back then too, just pure V8 power. Adam Graham said, at one scuba said I rule the world, give me all your money.
Dang it,
At one
man.
Carlton said Mike, I bet your wife is the CEO. At Bill will buy one said, but is your recent short show there still are crazy drivers out there, LOL.
Oh, yeah.
At Hina
Bunches of
3W said your driving is super. At Mike
Thank you,
Diva
thank you, thank you.
said LOL fine. At Foxy 2690 Ina said he loves dogs like me. At Ina Nazar 3W said I am watching.
Don't be a broken record now.
At Chrysler 007 said LOL at Foxy 2690 Ina. I would say most people love dogs.
You stupid truck.
At Mike Diva said Foxy, is that a trick question? LOL. At Medicated Crazy said morning everyone.
Yeah, more
Wow,
Medicaid.
sounds like that Florida pollen is kicking your butt.
It is.
At Donomax said inner voice, do not engage LOL. At Chrysler 007 said yep, just move straight over in 1 nanosecond LOL. At 1 Carlton said hey MC. At Bill 51 said I know my wife is the banker. I go to work, I deposit my check, I get 220s in return LOL.
Dang.
At Agent M said safe drive. At Chrysler 007 said morning at Medicated Crazy Penguin Blue Waving Tear, Jeezy. At Samuel Wilkinson Jr. is 3,421. Said hey at Hina is a 3W one friend named Trump. At Donomax said hi MC. At Britannicon Quest said hey Medicated Crazy, how are you feeling? At Bill 51 said hey Medicated. At Medicated Crazy said hello all. At Mike Diva 1 said LOL Bill, I hear you. At one Scuba Dude said how you medicated crazy. At Medicated Crazy said feeling 50/50s. At Donomax said LOL Bill. At Hina Hazar 03W said Washington DC is live and speaker now.
You're about to get blocked, man. It's no politics, no religion. Family friendly. So find something else to talk about. Or you're gonna get kicked out.
At Calaboo's 4,415 said you have a nice day, you guys.
Alright, Cal. Appreciate you stopping and hanging out in case
Said
next
Eva
time we're in.
Nazar, no politics here. At Mike Diva 1 said hello Brittany, hang in there, the day will get better. At Calaboo's 4,415 said you have a nice day.
You have a nice day as well,
At
man.
94 said hi.
Hello.
At Chrysler 007 said at Calaboo's 4,415 GC. At Hina Hazar 03W said Australia and New Zealand, England, America is my president, is all government, is live speaker.
Alright, you're done.
One Scuba Dude said you almost on the short count 3, 2, 1 LOL.
Go ahead and put him out.
At Hina
That's
Hazar
probably,
03W
that sounds to me like
said
Ricky
that
Bobby.
Our country is very bad, all minister is escaped. At Calaboo's 4,415
Sounds a lot like Ricky Bobby.
said you have a nice day. At Rick 64R said oh boy. At Mike Diva 1 said at Carolyn's 94 said nice day. At Bill Gulify 1 said I was thinking the same thing scuba LOL. At Chrysler
You done, son? Oh man, that's a little duck over there. That's a little bitty thing. Lord have mercy, this is horrible.
At Mike D the one said got him quicker than a shot LOL. At Bill Hilla 51 said adios muchacha. At Foxy 2690 Eda said I'm going Bobby, see you later.
Alright man, appreciate you stopping in and hanging out.
Said Bobby, would you consider hot chicken soup? At Britannica
I need
Quest
something.
said that's good medicated crazy. At one scuba dude said a baby duck.
Yeah, little
Britannica
duck.
Quest said you okay Bobby, you sound like me. At Samuel
I probably feel like you too, I don't know.
421
I'm around, but
said AI Hinakasa 3W. At Bill Hilla 51 said later Foxy. At Brett Alt said hello Bobby and the Mystic. At 007 said try to get some of those throat lozenges Bobby. I've got a terrible sore throat with this flu so it helps a bit.
yeah, I should have got some yesterday.
Crazy. Said give them books and all they read the pages. At one Carl Jensen said here a duck, there a duck, everywhere a duck duck. At Mike D the one said hot chicken soup beats cold chicken soup hands down face blue smiling. At Brett Alt said at one LOL. At one Carl Jensen said good morning McGriddle. At Chrysler 007 said hopefully you can get some Bobby cheers. At Donna Max said hey Brett. At Samuel Wilkinson Jr. is 3421 said bless you Bobby. At one scuba dude said medicated only the pages with pictures of food.
That was
At Brett Alt
strictly nose blow.
said hi Donna. At Mike D the one said morning Brett. At Brett Alt said morning Mike. One scuba dude said Orson did it. At Donna Max said hey Carl, how's it?
Has it? How's it holding up, brother?
At Donna Max said hunky dory Carl, thanks. At one Carl Jensen said Donna, I have not heard that word in a while. At Mike D the one said ooh, I got to go. Catch y'all later, God bless. At Chrysler 00 said hello at Brett Alt Penguin Blue waving tear. At one Carl Jensen said see you later Mike. said bye, Mike. Donna Max said, I have so many things I need to be doing, yet here I sit.
I know, I tell you what, I'd love to be able to do a 10-hour break here, because there's a couple ponds around this place. There's got to be some fish in it.
Said pressing parts at a truck stop, LOL. At Frazier 007. Said welcome back, Bobby.
Thank you.
At Samuel Wilkinson Jr. is 3,421. Said
yeah, there's probably some baby gators in there for sure.
So true, Bill. At Alice Asher C4G said hi, Donna Max. At Brett All said, you know what you'll never see if Bobby ever started a ride-along gang merchandise shop. A pull my finger heaver dog. At Alice Asher C4G said hi, Rick 64. At Donna Max said hi, Alice Keatsy. At Luck Rogerson said hi, Alice. At Samuel Wilkinson Jr. is 3,421. Said Bobby, would your consider was buy hot chicken soup. At Alice
I can't get nothing right now.
Said hi, Carl. At Rick 64R said hi, Alice.
I do have merchandise. It's the same old piece that I've had since I started it. But what up, Otto? How you doing, man? Sinuses are killing me now.
At one Rogerson said hi, Otto. At Donna Max said hi, Gary. At Rick 64R said hey, Otto. At Alice Asher C4G said hi, Chris. At Gary Woodson 9097 said hi, Alice Asher C4G.
hard
Said
today?
oil trailer moving. At Skyprince 42. Said they kept sending me texts and then after I didn't respond back, they started to harass by calling and leaving threats and hateful messages. I just didn't answer. At Britannic Conquest. Said, hey Alice, how are you? And hey Otto. At Delta 51. Said hopefully the morning went well Brittany, and you flew through those chickens. At Britannic Conquest. Said I sure will lobby you going nuts here very bad where I couldn't do the next chickens because the rotisserie oven is not working again, so I just breaded today.
Dang it.
At Alice Sure C4G. Said fine Brittany. At Stanko Wilkinson Jr. is 3,421. Said Bobby and that was Stanko Wilkinson. At Britannic Conquest. Said if it no each just breaded chicken, that's what I could do today because the rotisserie oven isn't working at all and wish they would clean the hose of the rotisserie oven so I'd actually cleans it. At Britannic Conquest.
I'm not mad about
Said
nothing.
that's good
Yeah.
Alice.
No, I'm not mad. I don't get mad very easily or very often about anything.
At Delta 51. Said I hear that Brittany. At Samuel Wilkinson Jr. is 3,421. Said okay Bobby. At Chrysler 007. Said at Skyprince 42 base fusion wide eyes. Thank your man. At Callum Blues 4,415. Said when you get her you going to get some dinner. At Callum Blues 4,415.
Not soon enough, Cal.
Said some lunch. At Skyprince 42. Said last night 30 minutes after I started driving the driver lost control the opposite lines and crossed from the slow lane toward me head on. It scared the lights out of me. He almost crossed over. At Britannic Conquest.
I got an extra sausage and biscuit that I want to eat when I get up here.
It's not getting them clean at all. It's just keeping the food on it. When I clean them, they're gargled clean with no food on them.
That'll be my lunch, I suppose. Palmetto, Florida. Palmetto. Is this where the palmetto bug originated
At
from?
Britannic Conquest. Said it's getting on my nerves no each when no one ever listens to us when we say don't put them in there they do it anyway.
Maybe you need to say please. Please don't put those in there. I swear if you put them in there, I'm going to cut your fingers off. Maybe, I don't know.
At Chrysler 007. Said at Skyprince 42 that a scary auto face blue wide eyes. Glad you avoided an accident maybe. At Big 64R. Said Ellen and Jane Bobby. At Donna Max. Said Palmetto Bug. Thanks for following.
Thanks for
At
following.
Skyprince 42. Said I didn't eat for 2 days after I got sick at -18 degrees. I'm getting my strength back little by little. And Samuel Wilkinson Jr. is 3,421. Said Bobby was weather in Florida. At Skyprince 42.
We got 81 degrees,
Said I posted
according to the
video
truck.
on my channel last night.
I seen this morning that when I hadn't had a chance to look at it yet.
007. Said at Skyprince 42 face red droopy eyes. Dang even said he's on a bill.
Dang.
And Samuel Wilkinson Jr. is
I don't know
3,421.
if it's the double
Said
turn
okay,
one.
thanks, you Bobby 10-4.
Yes, it is.
And Britannic
Yeah.
Conquest. Said at 289, let's go.
We just got a couple more minutes left. I don't know how long it'll take them to load me. We might be here 30 minutes. We might be here for 3 hours. As soon as they get me loaded up, we'll start back out.
Said, are you going to Tropicana?
No, we're going to the secret popcorn location.
At Prizier 007. Said a lot of people are saying where I work too at Britannic Conquest. They don't like being told what to do. Maybe use reverse psychology and not say anything LOL. At Josh C85. Said jinxing yourself for a Dodge City lane stay.
For a while now.
At Sky Prince 42. Said I stopped at a grocery store and got me some chuck steak and chicken thighs to make me some chicken stew with potatoes. My favorite. At Donna Max. Said maybe sneak a nap in Bobby.
Alright.
At Britannic Conquest. Said LOL Chris here at my job communication sucks around here at my job Judy like the sink in the bath is leaking bad where we told them 3 times about it they didn't do anything. At Prizier 007. Said at Sky Prince 42 awesome Odin.
Hot boiled peanuts.
At Prizier 007. Said at Britannic Conquest base red droopy eyes. That is terrible, sorry to hear that. At Samuel Wilkinson Jr. is 3,421. Said like 294. At Medicated Crazy. Said at Britannic Conquest, all call to the health department will fix that quick. At Martin Trejo 1563. Said hi everyone, good morning. At Martin Trejo 1563. Said good afternoon, Mr. Bobby.
Good
At
afternoon,
one
Martin. How you
scuba
doing?
dude. Said how about some hot buttered cheese biscuits? Just put in the lounge. At Britannic Conquest. Said it's getting ridiculous. I told my friends we should do slope and slide, see if they care if we get hurt or fall, because it's getting out of hand. At Prizier 007. Said good afternoon at Martin Trejo 1563 and waving. Jeezy. At Mo Watches 2000. Said good afternoon everyone.
Good
At
afternoon, Mom. How
Britannic
you doing?
Conquest. Said I know right, medicated crazy. At Martin Trejo 1563. Said just ate some beans and tamales for breakfast. At Aliciasure C4G. Said hi scuba. At Samuel Wilkinson Jr. is 3,421. Said Bobby was a live stream off or next live stream.
Yeah, we just got like maybe 2 more minutes, man.
Said hi Martin, how are you? At one scuba dude.
Just about 2 or 3 more
Said
minutes.
hello Alice Jeezy. At Martin Trejo 1563. Said about you, Mr. Bobby. At Britannic
And sausage,
Conquest.
egg, and cheese biscuits.
Said hey Mo, how are you? At Medicated Crazy. Said at Britannic Conquest, make sure it's an anonymous call. At Samuel Wilkinson Jr. is 3,421. Said okay Bobby.
thank you.
Said hello at Gold Watches 2000 and Pink Waving, Jeezy. At Martin Trejo 1563. Said how are you today? At Juan Diego Santos. Said thanks for the ride this morning.
You are welcome. Thanks for hanging out with me.
Said Vito Mo and having mac and cheese for lunch at our lunch break. At Mo Watches 2000. Said hello Chris Jeezy too.
Alright, y'all. We're going to go ahead and shut this one down. I'll be back as soon as I get loaded up. If you didn't get the thumbs up button on the way in, by all means, get it on the way out. We'll catch everybody back on the next stream that's coming back. Have a good afternoon, everybody.